Sometimes the most profound career insights don't come from some big formal review or a keynote speech. Nope, they come from a quiet conversation between two colleagues. In this explainer, we're diving right into one of those stories. A simple chat that honestly reveals a powerful truth about how we see our own professional worth.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Picture this, a business analytics conference in Bengaluru. The day's sessions are all wrapped up, and two old friends, Dr. Subramanya Shanmukha and Dr. Valmiki Varma, are just sitting on a campus bench, sipping some filter coffee. And it's right there, in that calm, quiet moment, that this one really important question comes up. And this is where our story really kicks off. We're getting into the first part of this whole journey, a question of worth. And this isn't about some external problem that needs fixing. It's a deep internal debate about value, and I think it's something a lot of us can probably relate to.
There it is. That's the question that starts it all. Dr. Subramanya, this experienced professional, turns to his friend with just this moment of real vulnerability. It's a question so many of us have asked ourselves, right? That moment where you're looking for someone to help validate your own journey?
Now here's what's so fascinating. This isn't some rookie asking for advice. Dr. Subramanya has been at his institute for 10 years, a full decade. And yet after all that time, all that work, there's still this nagging feeling of uncertainty, this doubt about whether his contributions are actually good enough.
So what does a decade of service even look like on paper? Well, for Dr. Subramanya, it's a lot. He's taught in all sorts of programs, he's published research, he's developed brand new courses, served on committees. He's even built these collaborative bridges between different departments and institutes. By any objective measure, this is an incredibly impressive record.
And yet, despite that long list of accomplishments, this is the question that's just eating at him. Is it enough? It just perfectly captures that huge gap that can open up between what's on our resume and our own sense of self-worth. It's that classic feeling of imposter syndrome, where you're constantly questioning if you've really earned your spot.
All right, so this is the turning point. Dr. Subramanya has put his doubt out there on the table. Now, in our second section, we get to see a mentor's perspective. His friend, Dr. Valmiki Varma, is about to step in, not with simple reassurance, but with a whole new way of looking at the problem.
So here's the crucial move. Valmiki doesn't just give him a pep talk. What he does is he completely reframes the issue by taking it back to something they teach their own students. He says, hey, let's shift our focus away from the quantity of the work to the quality and the real impact. It's volume versus value. And this brings us right to our third section, measuring what matters. So what does Dr. Varma actually mean when he talks about volume versus value? Well, it's really all about looking beyond a simple checklist of tasks and starting to see the bigger, more meaningful story of your contributions.
This here lays it out perfectly. On the one hand, you've got volume. How many tasks did I complete? How many boxes did I check? It's just activities. But on the other side, you have value. This is the real meaningful impact of your work. It's about building a legacy through things like collaboration and mentoring others.
And this is how Valmiki makes it personal for his friend. He points to specific things Subramanya has done, his work connecting different academic fields, the mentorship he provided to younger scholars, and he doesn't call these things activities, he calls them legacy builders. These are the contributions that create ripple effects long after the project is done.
But just seeing your value is only the first step. Valmiki's next piece of advice is just as important, and it leads us straight to our fourth section, the power of advocacy. Because it's not enough to just do valuable work, you have to be willing to speak up for it.
This is such a critical insight. A promotion isn't just a reward for things you've already done. It's a signal. It sends a message to yourself, to your colleagues, and to the whole institution that your work and the values behind it actually matter. Going for it is an act of communication.
And this really gets to the heart of everything. If you just stay quiet about what you've contributed, you're pretty much letting other people write your professional story for you. Advocating for yourself isn't about having a big ego. It's about taking ownership of your own narrative so that your value is actually seen and understood.
So Valmiki basically boils all his advice down into these three clear ideas. First, claim your seat. Applying isn't arrogant, it's an act of self-belief. Second, signal your value. You have to show everyone what you bring to the table. And finally, promote a message. Because by seeking promotion, you're reinforcing the idea that things like commitment and integrity should be rewarded.
So after this really powerful conversation, we get to our final section,
a renewed purpose. You can almost feel the whole atmosphere shift. Dr. Subramania's journey from doubt to clarity is almost complete. That uncertainty is starting to fade away, and it's being replaced by something much, much stronger.
This is the climax of our whole story. I mean, think about it. In the span of just one single conversation, Dr. Subramania's entire perspective has changed. His doubt has given way to this new sense of purpose and a clear path forward. It's just a perfect example of the power of real mentorship.
And the conversation ends on this wonderfully supportive, even kind of playful note. Valmiki raises his coffee cup like a toast, and he offers not just encouragement, but his full-throated support with data and conviction. It's just the perfect, empowering way to send his friend off. So this whole story leaves us with a pretty big question to think about for ourselves. Dr. Subramania started out by questioning his own record, just seeing a list of activities. But with a simple shift in perspective, he started to see a story of value, of impact and legacy. And it really makes you wonder, what story are you telling about your own worth? And more importantly, are you the one telling it?